In the heart of the ancient and sacred land of Israel, a seismic event unfolded that reverberated throughout the global community of believers, transcending faith and uniting the world in both awe and disbelief. Israel holds a truly extraordinary place in the world, with its incredible rich history steeped in religion and culture. However, recent times have witnessed a series of changes as the country strives to revive old traditions and customs. These changes have deeply unsettled the religious community residing there. Despite its small size, Israel holds immense strategic importance as it stands at the crossroads of Asia, Africa, and Europe. It shares borders with Lebanon to the north, Syria to the northeast, and Jordan to the east, and Egypt to the southwest, encompassing approximately 8,500 square miles. Israel is home to a population of 9 million people, with Jews forming the majority and Arabs constituting the largest minority. The history of Jews in Israel spans thousands of years, marked by significant events such as the Babylonian exile and the destruction of the Second Temple by the Romans. The Zionist movement in the late 19th and early 20th century played a pivotal role in establishing a Jewish homeland. Following World War I, the League of Nations granted Britain control over Palestine. Leading to increased Jewish immigration in 1948, Israel declared its independence, sparking a war with its Arab neighbors, known as the 1948 Arab-Israeli War. Subsequently, Israel faced further conflicts, including the Six-Day War in 1967 and the Yom Kippur War in 1973. Over time, Israel managed to achieve peace agreements with Egypt in 1979 and Jordan in 1994, while also engaging in negotiations with the Palestinian Authority. Israel strives to modernize itself with remaining deeply rooted in its historical significance. Particularly due to its profound biblical history, it is also crucial to acknowledge that Israel holds immense significance for major religions worldwide. The Holy Land has great significance for Christians as it is central to the Bible and Jesus' life. For Jews, it is a historic homeland, while Muslims regard it as for its connection to important events in the iconic Al-Aqsa Mosque, where the second and first temple were originally located, but is now considered the Al-Aqsa Mosque. Also, Bethlehem, where Jesus Christ was traditionally born, is a significant pilgrimage site for Christians worldwide who visit the Church of the Nativity. The Dome of the Rock in Jerusalem is an iconic Islamic symbol associated with the false prophet Muhammad's ascension to heaven. While for Jews, Israel is the historical homeland, home to the Western Wall. A sacred site from the Second Temple period, Jerusalem is significant for Islam, Judaism, and Christianity, promoting interfaith dialogue. Following the destruction of the first two temples, there was a plan to construct a third temple for Jewish worship, which would signify the beginning of the Messianic age. However, the Dome of the Rock now stands on the supposed site of the third temple. Initially, Muslim scholars denied the existence of the earlier temple, but British archaeologist Robert Hamilton found evidence that the Al-Aqsa Mosque was built on a Jewish cleansing site after an earthquake damaged it. He discovered a Jewish ritual bath called a mikvah, which is essentially for temple construction. Surprisingly, these facts were already known but kept hidden in British archives to avoid upsetting Islamic officials. Building the third temple faces various challenges, including religious disputes over the holy city's location, impacting on local residents and businesses, and potentially strain on existing infrastructure and public utilities in the area. Additionally, the Temple Mount's location is fragile, and any disruptions could significantly affect the local environment and potentially result in social tensions within the community. Despite these challenges, a group of elders known as the Sanhedrin is actively working to reconstruct the Third Temple, cultivating farmlands and recreating the natural environment of Israel during biblical times. They collaborate with government agencies and environmentalists to meet the requirements of the upcoming temple construction. While there have been critics of the emerging Sanhedrin and doubts about their authority, the Sanhedrin remains unwavering in its mission. Their goal is to rebuild the temple, uphold Jewish law, and make all necessary preparations before and after its reconstruction. One crucial group involved in this endeavor is the Kohanim, the hereditary Jewish priests who are believed to be the descendants of Aaron, Moses' brother. The Kohanim have distinct religious responsibilities and privileges in Jewish traditions. In ancient times, they held vital roles and religious rituals at the temple in Jerusalem. Although the temple is no longer standing, the Kohanim still hold a special status in synagogues and religious events. They receive training in temple ceremonies and offerings, which include specific rituals for different animals and even a symbolic purification ritual involving a completely red female cow without blemishes. Finding such a cow is incredibly rare, but this ritual represents spiritual purity and atonement rather than physical cleansing. Over the years, though, there have been proposals to rebuild the Third Temple, and one prominent figure in these efforts was Rabbi Chaim Richman. As the international director of the Temple Institute from 1989 to 2020, Rabbi Richman played a key role in finding a suitable red heifer for the red heifer ritual. He was dedicated to bring back the red heifer to Israel, and under his leadership, the Temple Institute researched and promoted various temple-related rituals, including the significance of the red heifer ritual in Jewish tradition. Throughout 1,000 years between the first and second temples, only 9 red heifers were ever used for purification, making the red heifers extinct or almost extinct. The organization Bona Israel, consisting of members from both Jewish and Christian backgrounds, imported red Angus cows from Nebraska, USA, to Israel. After several attempts, they successfully announced the birth of a red heifer calf in Israel, the first in 2,000 years. This has sparked excitement among those working towards their goals. Plans are underway for a ceremony during Passover 2024 to slaughter imported red heifers, contingent upon the remaining blemish-free. However, interpretations vary regarding the significance of the heifers and the rebuilding of the Third Temple. Despite these interpretations, it's essential to note that the Muslims still control the Temple Mount as of today, and efforts are being made to regain control. Believers in both the Jewish and Christian faith are undeterred as they see these developments as fulfilling prophecy. Christians believe that the Antichrist will emerge and lead evil forces in the ultimate battle against Jesus Christ, known as Armageddon. This battle represents the ultimate clash between good and evil, but there is an ongoing debate about whether Armageddon is a literal or symbolic place. The Bible contains signs of the end times, and Armageddon signifies the final battle that will ultimately lead to God's judgment. This concept serves as a reminder for believers to live in faith and in righteousness, preparing themselves for the ultimate judgment by God. Thank you for joining us in this video. If you found this content engaging, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more thought-provoking insights. We value your comments, so please feel free to share your thoughts below. Stay tuned for more intriguing stories in the future.